welcome everybody to your TLC preview and predictions. Tomorrow night, the final pay-per-view of WWE's calendar year will be here and gone. Can you believe 2020 is almost gone? Is almost gone, and we will be ready, wrestling fans, to see what the Royal Rumble and what WrestleMania season brings to us. Can you believe how fast of a year it has been? Whether it has been a great year or not, it has went by fast, wrestling fans. And tomorrow night, as far as wrestling is concerned, I believe that we could very well see some championships change hands in the WWE. We're going to discuss that, plus so much more, right here today in this preview and predictions. Before we do that, every single one of you knows what to do, and that is to become a subscriber today. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for all notifications. If you have not done so yet, I have absolutely no idea why you have not, because there's a lot of great content out there for you. Go back and check it out if you have not seen it. If this is your first time here on the channel, thank you for tuning in, and start your journey on YouTube right here. If you are in wrestling or vlogs, start your journey right here on this channel. It is appreciated. Now, let's dive into TLC, shall we? Tomorrow night, we're going to see WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus Aj Styles. TLC matchup. Guys, before I even get started about this contest and who I think will win, if you keep up with reports and news and rumors, you know that there was a report that came out that stated that Raw got a 1.5 in the ratings this week. And that Vince McMahon is very unhappy, and that Raw wants change in the WWE, and so on and so forth. Now, guys, anytime that this happens, we all know that one of the things that WWE always targets the ratings on is their main champion. They always do. Now, going into TLC, I thought, this is going to be a shoot-in. Drew McIntyre is going to win this matchup. After reading these reports and things of this nature, it wouldn't surprise me a bit if we saw one of two things happen tomorrow night on TLC, and that is Aj Styles becoming a phenomenal WWE champion once again in the WWE, or we see Drew McIntyre win the TLC matchup and see The Miz cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase and become the WWE champion. Guys, one of those two things is bound to happen. If those reports are true, the title will change at TLC. I seriously cannot see WWE keeping the strap on Drew McIntyre if Raw is upset about the ratings, if Vince McMahon is backed up into a corner and all this stuff and they want changes. Vinnie Mac usually blames the main champion, so title change tomorrow night. Has been a good build going into TLC, I will say that. AJ Styles has looked dominant going into TLC. Unusual for his type of matches, for his title matches. Usually he gets 1 or 2 wins, and then the rest of the time it's just beat downs. This time around, he has looked dominant. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the back and forth chemistry that we have seen on the mic with him and The Miz. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But I seriously think we're going to see a new WWE champion tomorrow in some form or fashion. The Fiend versus Randy Orton in a Firefly Inferno matchup. A first in the WWE, and wrestling fans, let me tell you, I'm ready for this one. It's by far the best rivalry wrestling has going for itself these days. By far the best rivalry. It really kind of gets all of Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt's rivalries that they've had and intertwines them. That's what this match does. Look at WrestleMania 33. WrestleMania 33, Randy Orton burned down Sister Abigail's house. You intertwine that with the Firefly Funhouse. What is going to happen, wrestling fans? We'll find out tomorrow night. I know one thing. The Fiend needs to win. Randy Orton does not need to walk out victorious tomorrow night. He doesn't. He doesn't need this victory. The Fiend needs to continue on his path of destruction. Randy Orton can take this loss. Now, I will say this, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that Randy Orton was on this path of destruction all over the edge, and then punting everybody's head off, Christian and Ric Flair and the Big Show and all these superstars, simply to win the WWE Championship, then lose it really quickly, and then go up against the Fiend, and then lose to the Fiend, which I want to see happen, but it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's like all that was for a big waste of nothing. Waste of time. There was no huge big payoff for that. Unless that entire build was simply to attempt to get Drew McIntyre over and to get the Fiend a few wins under his belt as well. Let me know what you all are thinking in the comments below. Bray Wyatt needs to win tomorrow night. SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks takes on Carmella. The champagne rivalry of the WWE. That's about all you can say about this matchup. And Sasha Banks will walk out victorious tomorrow night. Sasha Banks will retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. The Raw Tag Team Championship is on the line. The Hurt Business takes on the New Day, wrestling fans. The Hurt Business takes on the New Day. What can you say? The Hurt Business needs to win. MVP needs to bring more gold to the MVP lounge. You got Bobby Almighty Cringely Lashley over here having the United States Championship, who, quite frankly, I would love to see Riddle yank that title off of him, but I don't see that happening. At least right now. Maybe in the future, but right now I don't see it happening. So why not add some more gold to the Hurt Business? And what better way to add more gold than to beat the New Day for the Tag Team Championship? I mean, seriously, how many times does the Hurt Business have to go after the tag team titles before they actually pick up that victory? If they don't win Sunday, I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't. Give Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin a little taste of championship gold tomorrow night. Sounds pretty good to me. Speaking of tag team championships, the women's tag titles are on the line. Nia Jax and Shayna Basler defend the titles against Asuka and someone that she has to pick because Lana got hurt. This past Monday, Lana got injured, storyline mind you, by Nia Jax and Shayna Basler. Okay, so who's going to replace Lana? I think it's either going to be Mandy Rose or it's going to be Charlotte. One of the two. Now, honestly, I would love for it to be Mandy Rose. Give her some championship gold. Take the titles off of Nia Jax and Shayna Basler. Give it to Asuka and Mandy Rose. That would be great to see. Will it be Mandy Rose? Probably. It's more than likely would be Mandy Rose. They would save Charlotte to come back for like the Royal Rumble. More than likely. I know I said that Charlotte would come back this Sunday earlier on this week on my Raw review. But wrestling fans, after thinking about it for a while, makes for a bigger impact if Charlotte comes back at the Royal Rumble, not TLC. Give Mandy Rose Tag Team Championship. That would be good. Now, let's move on to the Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. TLC. Guys, I really don't know. I don't have a ton to say about this matchup, quite frankly, because I haven't been that invested in Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. I haven't. Kevin Owens, every single week, has just bounced right back up, bounced right back up, bounced right back up from the savage beatdowns. I mean, just the epic beatdowns that Roman Reigns and Jey Uso have given him. Week in and week out. Week in and week out. And quite frankly, wrestling fans, all of us knows what's going to happen on Sunday. It's guaranteed. You know, some of these matches are not guaranteed on Sunday. You know, we can play guessing games. You know, we have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen, but they're not guaranteed, right? Universal Championship matchup guaranteed on Sunday. Roman Reigns walks out the victor. He's not dropping that title to Kevin Owens. There's not a chance KO becomes Universal Champion come Sunday. There's not a chance. Overall, this pay-per-view, I mean, on paper, it looks a little watered down a little bit. Has some pretty good matches on it, but overall, it looks a little watered down. We could probably see Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle, United States Championship on the line at TLC. They could probably throw that in there. I could see that happening, in which Bobby Lashley would probably pick up the victory because the rivalry is not that hot and important right now. So Bobby Lashley would probably pick up the rivalry, and Matt Riddle would probably get another opportunity, wrestling fans, later on down the road. They haven't announced any SmackDown Tag Team Championship matchup yet, so they probably will announce that. If they don't, I'll be surprised. Outside of that, that's about it, wrestling fans. But you know, you only know what you're thinking in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel today, and of course, leave me a like and a comment as well. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch all of you on the other side. Talk to you later.